When you're cold or need something to do, cast on a project or see an old one through. Grab a beer, take a seat, frog with a friend or two. Fuck this knit. Fuck this knit. Fuck it.
Hi, and welcome to Fuck This Knit, the podcast where we talk about knitting and we swear a lot.
Woo!
Yay! We are your three hostesses, and tonight I am drinking a Terrapin Hopsecutioner. So I think the story with the Hopsecutioner is that they didn't have enough of one type of hop to throw in their beer, so they just threw in 6 different types because that's what they had laying around. And it's really cool because on the can they have all of them across the top of the can, and I like a lot of these hops, so I'm enjoying it. But of course, no one else at this table does, so
It's disgusting.
yeah.
Also, you are
completely
Amber.
gross. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the other thing that I was thinking of as well.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I just go straight to the beer.
My name is not important, but here's my alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. Because who actually cares about names? You'll just, tonight I am being called Hopsecutioner.
Okay, Hopsecutioner.
Yeah, there we go.
And it makes sense to me,
Okay.
actually.
I'm Emily.
No, you're not.
I am Cocoa Porter.
There we go.
I'm drinking the Cocoa Porter from West 6 Brewing, which tastes like chocolate. Surprise. It's very tasty. And it does good charity things because it's like a pay it forward. They give money and stuff. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. It's from Lexington, where we're going in this month.
Woohoo! Yay!
Woo.
My name is Erin.
What?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm drinking Ruby's Tears.
No, your name is Ruby,
No, Ruby's Tears.
and you're crying.
No, if
Or
anything,
you
I'd be
made
the
Ruby
cause
cry.
of Ruby's Tears. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come on. It's a Goza style ale with hibiscus and coriander, and I love it. And it amuses me to no end that it is brewed here in Louisville by Against the Grain for Mars Brewing out of Chicago.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, well, Mars
Is it
Community
like
Brewing,
Mars Candy?
3315 South Halsted Street, Chicago.
Because when you said Mars, I immediately thought
No,
like
Z.
Mars Candy.
Mars with a Z.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
impressed that you said Halstead correctly.
Well, yeah, it says Halsted.
I know a lot of people say Halstead.
No, it's Halsted, definitely.
Yes, I know.
Anyway, it's a delicious beer. A taste of hibiscus and tears.
It tastes weird. It's very complex. I'm not sure if I like it or not.
Yeah, that's Halstead.
Yeah.
I know. I lived in Chicago for 7 years, guys. I'm just surprised.
Nope,
you
we
said
have
it
no idea.
correctly.
Nope. You don't know what you're talking about.
A lot of people say
It says
Halstead.
right here on the can something important for you, I think, right now. It says, don't be so salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that.
Meow.
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 Kitten?
Okay, so back on track. Woohoo!
We're a podcast.
Yay.
We talk about knitting.
Yay.
We swear.
Yay. We have lots of social media.
Hooray, you should follow us. We are F This Knit on all of your social media channels. Instagram, at F This Knit. Twitter, at F This Knit. Facebook.com/F This Knit. You can email us at fuckthisknit@gmail.com. And you can join our Ravelry group, which would be exciting for you to do that. It's Fuck This Knit, because Ravelry is great and lets us use the actual word. We are real close to having 100 group members in there.
It's
you
so
should go
exciting.
do that so we can have 100 and be cool. Another thing that you could do to be cool would be to rate and review us on iTunes, because we currently have 0 of those things, and that's a little like, wah. And it really helps other people find the podcast if we have reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be
Reviews.
awesome.
Woohoo.
Woo!
Okay, so we'll go straight into the knitting.
Yeah.
So, finished objects. Has anyone finished anything?
Yes.
I have not.
Let's see. I finished my worm by the last podcast, right? Did I talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I finished it in a different way before this one because I ripped it all out again.
Yay!
Bye, worm.
Bye-bye, completed hat. He was like 5 stitches too small. Fuck you. You're going to be a
Hitchhiker.
hitchhiker now, yeah. Eventually, when I get around to it. Right now, that yarn is in timeout. That's the only thing I've done that's remotely close to a finish.
Hey, it's doing something.
So, Emily, since you're the one who's actually finished something,
I have 4 things.
Oh God.
you're a whore.
I finished my Pebble Socks by the Knitting Expat, Mina Phillips, and those were really close to being done last time we talked, so that one like shouldn't count really. I only needed to do like the toe of one.
It wasn't finished during the last podcast, so it counts for this one.
Okay, so those are done. They're very nice with the long dog yarn, dark dimension, and highlighter. Highlighter, so bright. And I also finished a pair of socks for my husband in Crazy Zauberball.
I love the name.
Zim Schnecky. That's the last time we'll be saying Zim Schnecky.
Unless
No,
one of us
I'm
gets
still
one of
gonna-
the color.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still just gonna say
we're gonna have to
now
all
you're
order
just
in the
gonna
yarn
need to
now.
Get that one. Yeah, so
Yep.
we can keep saying it.
Yep.
So those are done. They're huge. They're giant. Oh my god, size 14 socks are
Man
big.
socks.
Man socks. And I also finished a hat for him. He's really lucking out in my finished stuff right now.
You better be putting out or something.
Sometimes. It is by Tin Can Knits. It's the antler hat pattern, and I knit it out of Madeline Tosh Vintage.
It's very cool.
It's cabled and nice, and the other hat I made him, I just made like a hat, and I didn't really try it on him enough, and this one actually fits his head, so that's nice.
And did you want to talk about something that you learned while knitting that hat?
Oh yeah, Amber taught me how to cable without a cable needle at Knit Night last week, and that's super useful. And I'm one of my projects I cast on involves cables, and I am using it a shitload.
Yay.
So
That's
yay
exciting.
for learning things.
I'm
It's really
sad I was not
easy.
there for this lesson.
Yeah, it's really easy. We need to teach you.
I'll teach you next time
It's
you
like-
get cabled
I
up.
mean,
So
I think
easy.
I've been doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. It's awesome.
Because, I mean, that's what the quilting is on the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been using a cable needle.
I haven't been using a cable knit on that, but I've just been dropping it. But I have been doing like
For me, honestly, it really depends on what I'm knitting. If I can do the cabling without a cable needle, because some things, the stitches are too slippery and they drop. Mm-hmm. And I say, fuck you. And even if it's just like one stitch, I have to use a fucking cable needle. But
And then, of course, there's also the, hold 4 forward, knit 4. It's like, nope, cable needle.
yeah.
No.
But yeah, I learned that. It's cool.
And your other finished object?
And what was my other the thing I designed.
Yeah. Gee, what could it be? Oh, yeah.
So I designed a pattern. It's cool. It's going to be called the Geodesic Cowl. It doesn't exist yet. Don't look it up. I'm going to be asking for test knitters in the next few weeks. I'm waiting until I wrote the pattern for 2 sizes. One is a cowl that just goes around once, and one is like a longer one that you can either wear long or double wrap it. So I'm working on the double wrap one right now, and I don't really want to get test knitters until I have a pretty PDF for you all to look at. But I'll post a thread in the Ravelry group when that is ready to go if anyone is interested in knitting the thing that I designed. It's inspired by Spaceship Earth and has triangles and is cool. And lots of ends to weave in.
Lots of ends.
Just be prepared for that.
It's very intimidating.
It's not intimidating. It's super easy. It's modularly knit, and you pick it up as you go, so you don't have to do any seaming. But you do have to weave in a fuckload of ends.
Anyway.
I'd be trying to figure out a way to knit those in as I go, but that's just me.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really care about weaving in ends, and also it helps it look a little neater if you weave in the ends because of where all the points of the triangles meet. If you weave them in all together, it makes them
Oh,
really
yeah, that makes
crisp
sense.
and nice. So I figured it would be better just to let that be.
That makes sense.
I can figure this out. Okay, so that's all your finished objects?
Yes.
Okay,
Whore.
on to works in progress. So, Erin, did you want to talk about your works in progress? Because I see you knitting on something right now.
I'm still knitting on my Reina with my awesome shark yarn,
Yeah.
and it is the Reina that will never end because the pattern, I'm actually getting close to the end of where the pattern actually calls for, but it calls for 400 yards and I have 463, so I'm now going off pattern and modifying so that I can use all of this yarn because it's amazing. And what else am I working on? Taboo has actually still been getting a little bit of love.
Oh.
A little bit. I fucked up. I don't know what the fuck happened. I finished chart B, and I was so excited that I was done with all, 8 fucking repeats of that one goddamn chart. And then I started chart C and was missing a stitch. So it got put in a little timeout again. It's still a little bit on that timeout because I had to end up taking out 2 or 3 rows to find out what the fuck I had done.
But you found it, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think when I get back to, I think the last thing I did was get it almost back to where I had to the end of chart B. I have like maybe a row left, and then I can move on to the next chart, at which point I'll be all excited about it again. And then there's that whole sweater that will never be finished.
And then you also have your Tosh shawl.
Oh, yeah.
I have that too.
Because we all have that.
Because we all have
Yay.
that. Yay. Yeah. I'm actually just waiting for the next part.
I think we all are at this point, right?
Yeah, we're all caught up right now.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
liked April's color.
So pretty. I want like a full skein of that.
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm just not. I'm not sure how I feel about it in the whole scheme of the thing.
I wasn't sure about it until I finished my...
I think
Clue,
when
and
I
I
get
like
the
it
next color.
I'm hoping for a purple.
Well, yeah. I mean, I always hope for a purple.
I loved it. That was
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna love wearing this thing. It's squishy and soft, and I love it.
It's so nice. I like knitting it a lot.
It's
I do
so
too.
much fun.
This clue was really short.
It was. I was sad.
I
'Cause
think
it was
because they're gonna
quickly-
use more
It's-
of the yarn in the next clue.
Yeah.
I think so. Plus,
They have
there
to
was some issues with
change
the
it
last
up.
clue. People were running out of yarn.
Yeah, I think that they didn't check gauge because I don't know that anyone in our
No,
group has even had that problem.
No, I don't think so, but I've seen it a couple different places now. And I think that's the problem, is that it says gauge doesn't matter, but in fact it kind of does.
does.
But I mean, Jimmy Bean's Wool took care of everybody that was having the problem, and they absolutely sent out
Yeah, they have really good customer service.
right, they sent out like another 10 or 20 yard sample to everybody who was running out, and if you start running out in future months, it's like $1 or $1.50 or something to get like an additional 20 yards of it.
That's cool.
Because it's almost worth getting that for every month and just knitting up some random thing
I
on
was
your
gonna
own.
say, I could just get that, and then I could put
Hexy
blanket
puffs,
squares,
right?
because that
I'm
would
just
be
like,
the perfect
hexy
amount
puffs.
of yards for my blanket squares.
I really hope that they continue these colors outside of this because I really want that color for like a whole
I think
season.
they will, because didn't they?
I don't think they continue making them. I think that Jimmy Beans keeps them in stock until they sell out. I don't know if they...
Well, no, because I was looking on Jimmy Bean's website, and so the Mad Tosh, whatever they did last year, is all available for purchase now.
Oh, maybe Jimmy Beans keeps ordering it because people keep buying it.
So,
Because they're like,
I mean, I could be
they're
wrong.
not part of Mad Tosh's regular line. Only Jimmy Beans has them.
Right, but I think Jimmy Beans keeps them because they're
They're selling.
considered Jimmy
I saw
Beans
they
exclusives.
have,
Yeah.
They do tea cakes, which is like little sample balls of Tosh Merino Light. And they have a tea cake set of all of the colors of last year's.
I did
was
notice
kind
that,
of
yeah.
thinking that I might want that to put in my sock yarn blanket. It'd be fun.
So is that all your whips?
That's all I'm claiming.
All you're claiming? That's not including the hibernation pile.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
The pile which must not be named.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
talk about my hibernation pile.
Yeah,
either. Yeah,
I have no idea
think
what you're talking
anyone
about.
does.
Do we have a hibernation? I don't have a hibernation
What's
pile. I don't know what you're
hibernation?
talking about.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
Huh.
exactly. Okay.
What?
So, in my works in progress, we already talked about the Tosh shawl. I'm still working on Kirsten socks, but I did knit on them.
Yeah.
I have knit on
Yeah.
them. I have Emily to back me up on this.
I saw it. It happened.
I did not. I don't believe it.
Yeah, hush. I also knit on the Sammy, the slipped stitch.
I saw that
shawl. Yeah, I worked on that mostly. It's coming along. It's still moving. And then I had to take the needles back off of it because I needed them for the whippet. Because guess what? I am done with the body and onto the sleeves. Woo!
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then I decided to be super adventurous and knit both of the sleeves at the same time on the same needle. Okay.
That's definitely adventurous. That's
Yeah.
probably what I should have done for this stupid sweater that I'm working on. Because, actually, no, because then I would have had to rip out 2 sleeves at the same time.
Yeah.
That would have been, oh God.
Then it would have been a
God.
tank top.
This is my sleeveless cardigan. Yeah.
New fashion style.
We already talked about all my whips because they're the Tosh and my sock yarn blanket.
And what is in your hand right now?
Oh, I
It's a
cast
new
on
one.
stuff.
Yeah. That's a
Oh,
new
okay.
one.
Yeah.
I don't have anything new.
So-
I
Separation.
do not have any new knitted things.
Oh, I have 3 new projects. I have
course you do.
the ones I finished 4 things.
I have nothing new. Isn't that exciting? I'm trying to this
Look at
whole
you.
like monogamy thing
Settling down.
with this shark yarn. Ed and I are very happy together.
Nice.
It's all your fault.
So I cast on these socks that I'm working on right now, and they are just boring, regular old vanilla socks in this opal yarn, which is from their His and Hers line, and they're for my dad, and they're from the yarn that he bought me.
Man
And
socks.
Giant man socks.
but slightly smaller than the other giant man socks.
So size 13.
12.
Ah.
Oh, tiny.
Yeah. So I'm working on those, and those are like basically my purse mindless knitting because vanilla socks. I also have another pair of socks that are not at all mindless. They're the Varda socks by Wimp Woman Designs, and they are super heavily cabled, and they're taking forever, but they're really fun. They're, all of the cables, and they're in Knit Pick Stroll Tonal. I think it's the shale colorway.
So it's a gray.
It's like light, it's like whites and grays, and it's just tonal, and it makes the cables pop. So I'm doing those. And I also cast on a big project, which is the Exploration Station by Stephen West, which was one of his mystery knit-alongs a few years ago. It's a crescent-shaped shawl with like different swoopies, and there's a brioche section, so I have to learn how to do a 2-color brioche, which I have never done before. And
Adventure.
it is an adventure, and that's also super fun because I'm using Hedgehog Fibers skinny singles for that, and they're so pretty. The colors I'm using are coral, which is coral.
I'm shocked.
I know. Skinny Dip, which is like a really bright blue, like aquamarine blue kind of, and Spell, which is a really pretty purple, and it's very, very purple, and Boombox, which is one of their speckled. It's like white base with black and lime green and pink crazy speckles.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
does sound like fun.
I'll show you guys. It's
Yeah.
sweet.
I want that.
I might try to steal the purple.
No, I need it for reasons. I'm doing the purple as yarn A, which is it forms the border on all of the sections, and then it is the fancy chevron like
Nice.
bind off at the end. So I think it uses the most of that one. Also, it like the purple broke up the other colors best for that purpose.
I think I may try and find just some rich purple skein of yumminess at Kentucky Sheep and Wool. I'm feeling it. Mm-hmm. I keep seeing all just random purple skeins of yarn on Ravelry, and I'm like, grabby hands.
All the purples.
All the purples.
All the purples.
Yeah. So that's what I cast on.
And I didn't cast on anything new, but I have a new addition to my stash.
Yay!
It's exciting.
Yes, because my hubby, he was gone away on business, and typically when he goes away, he comes back with a almost like an apology yarn.
Sorry I had to go out of town. Have some yarn. Please don't kill me.
Right.
Bribery yarn.
He's a good husband.
Yeah, so this is from Dragonfly Fibers,
Oh, nice.
and it is their Dragon Sock base, which is just the superwash merino, and the colorway is called Fire in the Evening, and so it's got like a burnt orange and some dark purple.
I was
a
going to say
little
that
bit of
purple's
red,
nice. And some gray.
some gray, yeah.
It's very fall. I like it.
I am in love with it, and I want to start knitting it immediately, but I don't know what it wants to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So at first I was thinking maybe a hitchhiker, but then I had to remind myself that I hardly ever wear shawls, and so I need to make something a little bit more practical for me because I want this. So any suggestions?
I'm thinking.
I know, because she doesn't wear shawls, and that makes it hard for me, because
hard.
I'm all about
It's
the
hard.
shawl things at this time of my life.
Me
I'm
too.
so prepared to be a 90-year-old woman.
Yep.
Well, we can have a think on that, and we don't have to answer it right now. And anyone in the forum who wants to give me some suggestions,
Anybody who knows what 390 yards of superwash merino wants to be when it grows up that's not a shawl, please
yeah, and
let us know.
I'll link to the picture in the show notes and everything.
It's so pretty.
It is really pretty.
Pretty.
I'm very happy. He always picks me really good yarns, and he typically goes with local indie dyers. So
is legit.
apparently this is a dyer out of
I've heard of them
DC.
before.
I have as well.
And so when he went to New Orleans, he actually came back with some Malabrigo, but it was dyed in a colorway specifically for the New Orleans store.
Oh.
So I was very happy with that one, and that one became a cowl, and it likes my neck in the winter.
Nice.
But so that's my stash enhancement. I think everyone else is pretty good on that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
really
stash
trying to.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to behave because next month it's going to be Right.
Well, that's this month.
No, I'm saying
this
next
month.
month's podcast
Oh, true.
I mean, that's
will
all we're
be
gonna talk
all about some motherfucking stash enhancement on my end, especially provided, the government gives me my tax return. Government. The government.
Okay, talk about your stash enhancement.
So we went to go see Night Vale.
Because Welcome to Night Vale Live is amazing. So Emily and I went, and
so
it was
I felt
great.
like I needed some yarn for it.
I'm really jealous of that yarn.
It's really pretty. It's from Valkyrie Fibers, and it is a self-striping Welcome to Night Vale colorway called Community Radio. And it is purple and black and white, and it stripes up really cool. Lots of purples. And it's in a cool gobstopper ball, which is fun to hold and play with.
I'd throw it at people.
I kind of don't want to knit it because it's so cute.
Oh, I totally would.
I mean, I want to knit it, but it's so cute.
What are you going to make with that?
Socks.
I'm shocked.
I know what to make with her stuff. I don't know what to make with mine. Anyways.
Yes, socks. And also, Valkyrie Fibers, she was super nice, and she
she
sent
was.
all of us some sample
So yummy.
minis with my order, because I mentioned that we talked about her in the fandom episode. And she is super awesome and nice. She also messaged me the other day to be like, I just listened to your episode on fandoms in knitting, that one. And did you know that Destination Yarns has a sock yarn? And I was like, hey, I actually bought that for Erin for her birthday.
Yay, shark yarn.
Yep. But yeah, so we got we got a Smaug mini, we got some
Misty Mountains, because I took
Misty
that one.
Mountains, a secret colorway we can't talk about. She told me that one was secret.
Oh, I don't know which one's secret.
Not the ones you said. You're good.
Okay. Is it the other one I have?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And bag end, which I already knit into my sock yarn blanket.
You'll need to take a picture of that specific
I've just
one.
been like
will.
squishing them.
Yeah, they're really nice. It's
They
making
really
me want to
are.
buy all of her yarn. So good job on that.
Thanks for sending us the free crack sample.
Yeah.
Like your first taste is free.
First one's free.
Now we all need a bigger hit.
Yeah. She laced it with something addictive.
Yeah, because I haven't even knit with it yet. I just keep squishing it because I'm really trying hard to work on this. But I'm just like, squish, 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 squish.
Oh gosh, how much did you get?
I got a lot of stuff. Leave me alone.
She is our stash enhancement section most months. Let her go. But that
husband and
you need to
I-
pass those two over to me because she doesn't need those anymore. Thank you.
I knew you were going to take
Okay.
those. Husband and I took a spontaneous vacation to St. Louis last month, and it was super fun times. We went to that crazy museum and all the things. But we went to the yarn store there, obviously. It is called Notorious. But I bought things that are mostly solids because I want to do more design stuff, and a lot of my stash is like super duper variegated, so I got these to play with. I have
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Designing and stuff.
I have 3 skeins of Shibui Knit Staccato.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It is. I got it for this color, which is called Pool. Apparently, I like pool-themed yarns based off my Hedgehog Fibers one,
Water.
too. It is like a really cool aqua color, and I got a gray and a black to go with that, so that's going to be some sort of like a stripy colorwork shawl something. And it's fingering, and it's superwash merino and silk, so it is very soft. And then I also have some Malabrigo Rios in sour
Apple green.
Yeah, they took the skeins from me, so I can't actually read the colors.
Purple Mystery
Oh, that's a good one.
is the one that you're not getting back from me.
No, yeah, I am.
Fun fact, I actually have a sweater of Purple Mystery that I knit years ago that's too short for me now.
Oh, cool.
I know. It's
So I
so
got
pretty,
those
though.
2, and I'm going to design maybe both a colorwork hat and mittens, or one or the other, depending on how much I can get out of them, but definitely some sort of a colorwork something, because I think they look awesome together.
Yeah, they do. Too bad
They also
brought
look
us
awesome
homes.
separate, yeah.
See, this is really Erin and I's stash
So you
enhancement.
you could test knit for me and get your own skeins of them to
What?
test knit them.
When you give them to us, what?
And then I also got
Okay,
this.
fine.
This isn't for design. This is just I like this yarn. It's Laying Yarns Javol.
I think I have some of that at home.
Superwash. I made Chad a pair of socks out of this, his birthday socks last year, and he really likes them, and I really liked knitting with it, so I saw this fun self-patterning one and got that for him. Now I'm done.
Now you're done.
Yeah.
Well,
you sure?
now you can keep on talking because you're going to do our news segment.
So ha ha ha.
News. So we have a contest that is over now. Let me go to my page.
I don't think I can do a drum roll loud
We're
enough,
going
but this is my
to
good.
announce the winner of that contest right now, as soon as I pull up the page.
Right now. Now.
Right now.
Right now.
Ready? Are you
Now.
ready?
Now.
Yeah.
Okay, the winner of the contest is Stephanie Dawn.
Woo! Yay!
You win stitch markers, and I'm gonna make some fuck this knit buttons and send them to you in the package with the stitch markers.
I want a button.
I want a button.
I have a button maker. We're all gonna have buttons. It's fine. Calm down.
Once again, the news section is news to us.
Woohoo!
Yes.
I want a button for
Well,
all
I was
of my
planning on
things.
making them where we can give them to some people at Kentucky Sheep and Wool.
Yeah, I can think of one certain yarn store that usually has a booth set up there that would appreciate them.
Yeah. So, good job, Stephanie. Stephanie is Unravel a Good Yarn on our Ravelry group. You should go tell her you're jealous of her in the contest thread and that
I
she
know
is
that's what
cool.
I'm going to do.
So if you're listening, Stephanie, you can email me, but I am going to email you tomorrow, so we will probably have already been in touch to get your address so we can ship you the stuff.
The future.
The future.
Or the past.
Ah!
Time is so confusing.
Yeah.
Wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
Timey wimey.
Stuff.
Okay.
That's the news.
The news. Dun, 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 dun.
Guys are dorks.
Yep, dorks. You love it. Okay, so our talk for this evening is going to be all about spinning.
Woo!
All three of us have our very own spinning wheels,
True facts.
and I do believe that I, at least, and I think Erin does, I'm not sure. Do you, Emily, have a spindle?
I don't own a spindle. I was
I
thinking
actually
about
own
getting one at Kentucky
two
Sheep and Wool.
now, somehow. Even though I don't spindle very often, I own two.
Yes.
Because I bought a 3D printed one off of Etsy a while back.
Yeah. So we all have some form of spinach.
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 Green leafy thing? What?
Yum. Okay. So we were gonna spend some time talking about it because it's actually been requested to talk about how to choose a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing that you need to know about spinning is the different types of spinning. And so we have several different types of spindle spinning, which none of us are really all that acquainted with.
We're not super knowledgeable on the subject.
So
I'll admit
Yeah.
to being terrible with my... Actually, I'm getting better with my spindle once I got a wheel.
I did too. I actually got a whole bunch better, and I have a thought about that. I think it's because you kind of get used to the whole drafting technique.
It really varies from what I understand from person to person because there are people who try a wheel and a spindle and are immediately better with a spindle than they are a wheel. So it's one of those variables. Much of what we will actually talk about is going to vary from person to person. So there are a lot of people for whom spindle spinning is actually easier. I am not one of those people, but it has become easier once I got my wheel. And so now I'm up to 2 spindles.
A lot of spinning is about how it feels. So
Right. And that's why it's all
person
very
to person.
personal. Yeah.
It's like instruments.
I will say though that the Turkish spindle looks a lot of fun.
It does.
Right. That's what I got from my 3D printed one from
How come I haven't
Etsy.
seen this one?
Because I actually have not spun with it yet. I bought it and for a reason, and then shiny things.
See, now you have to spin with it so we can talk
Yeah,
about it for science.
and it's so cute because I think I got like the medium sized one because this woman sells like you get to pick the different colors of the arms and the spinny point in the middle, and it's all like one arm is green and one arm is purple, and the middle part is like a creamy
Turquoise?
white,
Oh, okay.
but it glows in the dark.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Because I picked the glow in the dark part, so,
Yeah.
because of course I did. So yeah, I bought that and then sat it next to my other spindle and went, look, you're friends now, and then went back to my wheel.
Yeah, so spindle is totally an awesome form of spinning if you so choose to. It's
Much smaller investment if you are
Yes.
interested in learning to spin.
And super portable. So
Very portable.
like when I had to go to my dad's house last summer for something. I took my, I have a supported spindle as my other spindle, and it fit in my backpack, and I took it on the plane and took it to Dad's house and was spinning yarn while I was there. The wheel, not quite so portable.
Even though we have
Even though it's a portable wheel.
It's still not
Flying
the
to
most
Florida,
affordable.
yeah.
definitely taking the spindle.
And so that's pretty much our knowledge on the spindles. So if anyone is knowledgeable in spindles, please talk to us in the forums. We love to hear other people's opinions.
Educate us.
Yeah. Love to hear other people's opinions on that. So when talking about spinning wheels, you have lots of different types to choose from, like a bajillion different types, and that's an actual number.
Well, actually, there are only 2 main types of wheels. There are a couple of different ways that they're all fed.
But I'm saying, like, there's so many options within spinning that it
Yeah,
seems like you have.
but you either get a
bajillion
castle
choices.
wheel or a Saxony.
Yeah, but within that, then you also have all the tensions, and then you also have like the ratios that you can choose from, and then you also have treadle, double treadle, single treadle, and see with all of those individual features, then you are talking about a lot of different types.
1 or 2 at most.
Yeah, whatever.
So we should talk about Castle and Saxony.
So Saxony wheels are basically what most people think of when they think spinning wheel, because that's like the Sleeping
Big old
Beauty,
wheel.
like off to the side. You're spinning like at an angle, either to your right or to your left. Castle wheels basically are straight up and down.
They take up less floor space.
They do take up less floor space, and most of the portable wheels, I don't know that I've seen a portable Saxony.
I don't think that would be a very good plan.
It would be interesting.
It would be interesting. I wonder,
I'm now wondering about the engineering side of this. Anyways,
Right. So, all 3 of us own castle style wheels.
that are portable.
that
Because there
are
castles
portable.
that are not.
Right. Well, actually, there's one castle style wheel that I can think of that's not folding but is portable because the Ladybug has a handle. But I have a Kromsky Sonata. So basically, I guess we're going to go ahead and start talking about tension while we're on this subject.
Tension's the next thing.
So we have Scotch tension, where it is your drive band is on the flyer and your brake band is on the bobbin.
But not necessarily always, because in the Astro Joy 2, which is what I have, the flyer comes off with the bobbin, but the drive band is on
Your
a
drive,
It's-
you have
it's
a
a little
weird wheel thing, but yours
but
is, yeah.
it's still considered Scotch because the brake band is on the bobbin.
Yes. We all have Scotch tension wheels, actually.
Scotch.
Scotch. There's also Irish tension, which is where
It's basically the opposite.
the drive band is on the bobbin and the brake band is on the flyer. And then there's double drive, where the drive band is just on fucking everything. And okay, one part goes around the flyer, one part goes around the bobbin. It's on fucking everything.
I just love that description.
And if you are interested in getting a spinning wheel and none of this makes sense to you, that's okay. Pretty much none of it makes sense to me either. I can make yarn on a spinning wheel.
I did a lot of research. So I was the first one of the group to actually get a spinning wheel 5 years ago? 1 or 2 years ago. And I had been researching for probably 2 years by the time I'd saved up enough money to buy my first wheel. And I say my first wheel because I really want
Getting that itch.
Oh my God, I want a second wheel. And I've already got it picked out. So basically, all of the research that I found said there are some things that you might know what you want, like the single treadle versus the double treadle.
Yes.
Did know I wanted a double treadle.
Right, as did I.
As did I.
But that the best thing to do is if you have a shop anywhere near you or a friend that has a spinning wheel or a spinning guild, look those up online, go and try as many wheels as you can. Because the wheel that you end up with may not be the wheel that you thought you were going to go buy.
Truth.
So I was really lucky in that we went to Kentucky Sheep and Wool, and that's where I was going to buy my wheel. So I tried, 10?
Something like that. As many wheels as she had.
Right. So there was this one nice lady whose name is Susan who had a fuck ton of wheels, possibly even a metric fuck ton of wheels.
I think it was a metric button.
Yeah. And came over and reiterated that point to me. She was just like, oh, have you ever bought a wheel before? Kick off your shoes. Sit down and just treadle. Don't try to do anything. Just take turns at all of them. Treadle your feet. You'll know. And it's so weird because that's how it worked. And so basically when Amber went to get hers,
Yep.
that's
Pretty much how it was too.
I've been giving this advice to everybody. And then when
And it
Emily
seems to
went to
work.
go get hers,
Yep. That's what happened.
Yep.
yeah. We're all very lucky in that we have had the opportunity to go to places with lots of different wheels because we live within almost stumbling distance of the Woolery, which is one of the few spinning and weaving stores in existence, I think.
Yeah, if you are interested in this stuff, their website has lots of information about
Lots
the
of
different
information.
types of
Yes.
tension and then different types of wheels, and there's charts and educational info.
And they even have like comparison charts on like bobbin cubic inches from company to company. And they carry most of the companies that I can think of offhand. So you can also look at pricing because spinning wheel pricing is pretty much set across the board. I learned that when I was looking at wheels. You can't really find somebody that's going to be undercutting the market. They're a set price. What you can find is like company A will have the wheel for $600, but you also get half a pound of fiber for free. Company B will have the wheel for $600, but you get like a pound of fiber for free. So they'll throw in some extra incentives to try and get you to buy the wheel from them. I highly recommend just buying from the Woolery. I am in no way, shape, or form affiliated with them, and actually did not buy my wheel from them. Because Susan was a different vendor there that year. She just had more wheels. But I have bought all of my accessories from them, and they're super helpful. And from what I understand, if you call them and ask them questions, they have lots of answers. And I say this because when Emily and I went to go get her wheel, I was test driving wheels as well in hopes of finding a Saxony style that I loved, and in fact fell in love with the one that I find the least visually appealing to me. But oh my god, it spins like a fucking Cadillac, and shacked flat iron, you will be mine one day. Someday.
But other things to keep in mind is you know your material. So the flat iron is
Composite?
Plastic.
I think it is.
I have the Woolery website up. One moment.
Yeah, the wheel itself is plastic. My current wheel is like actually turned wood, and you can pick from one of 3 different finishes, and it looks like a fucking pirate ship because I went with the mahogany because my father's a pirate reenactor because, of course, I wanted the pirate wheel.
Did you know that it is, some people consider the matchless wheel to be the Cadillac of spinning wheels? I just pulled that up. And you
Well,
said
I think that the flat iron is the Cadillac of spinning wheels because it was designed by spinners for spinners. It's one of those weird things where they actually test drove, took prototypes out to spinning conventions and said, play with this and tell us what we need to fix.
So from the picture, it looks like the wheel itself is plastic.
The wheel itself is some sort of like molded plastic, and the rest of it's like pressed wood. I'm going to pimp the shit out of it, basically, is what I've decided. I'm going to paint it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do that at all with the wheel that I have.
But as Erin was saying, so her wheel right now is turned wood, and
Her name is Calypso.
and mine is actually a pressed. So it's basically like not plywood but plywood. I have the Ash for Joy too, and it's really nice, and it's very simple and clean looking, and it's just exactly how I like things. And then
And what's its name?
Tasha from Tasha Yar. Next
Naming your
Generation.
spinning wheel is also a thing, by
Yes.
the way.
yes, I have a Lendrum. Just that's the one. They only make the one model, pretty much. And it is made out of maple wood, and my wheel's name is Maple. And it has a little picture of a Canada leaf on the back and stuff. It's from Canada. Yeah.
Canada.
Blame Canada.
A boot.
We love Canada.
Blame Canada.
But like as you were saying, you know, so there's different materials. So there's also, I know that there's a metal wheel out there.
There's those PVC ones.
There's the PVC ones.
Which
Babe.
those are cheaper.
Yeah.
And then there's one that I've had my eye on for a little while. I don't think any particular maker makes it. I've just kind of...
the one with the bike wheel?
Yeah, it's the one with the bike wheel. Because I'm not a huge cycler, but I do really like riding my bicycle around. And I think having a wheel with the bicycle as the wheel would be awesome. But that's just me. That's more of my vanity than anything.
But yeah, so basically the best way to pick out a wheel, if you have the opportunity, is to just go try a shitload of them, treadle on all of them, and then the angels will sing the Hallelujah chorus, the little light bulb comes on, all of that. You just hand over all of your money to the nice person. Barring that, stuff that you can look at is price. Spinning wheels vary a lot. The PVC ones are on the cheaper end, and then there's like the $10,000, $15,000 Goldings that, oh my god, you guys need to look at those, because I can't afford one probably in this lifetime, but oh my god.
Looks like a Babe will run you about $350. There's
Yeah.
a couple that are single treadle or $220.
I think my wheel was like $650, somewhere around in there. The wheel I want now, I think, is like $750, which is still kind of on the cheaper end of wheels. I've been really lucky that the bobbins, that's something. How much are the other accessories that you're going to need cost? Because your wheel will basically come with usually 1 or 2 bobbins. You will need many more.
And if you plan on doing like chunkier yarns, you may want a bulky flyer, or if you're planning on doing lace weight, you may want to look at the lace flyer.
So you want to see, like, are there these options for your wheel? Not all these wheels have those options. My wheel has 3 different flyers that I can buy, each one expanding the ratios. So the ratios are an important thing to look at, and that's basically talking about the number of turns that your wheel takes versus your flyer.
And honestly, I can't tell you what the ratios are on my wheel. And I personally don't think it's like a huge thing if you're not really planning on getting super like technical with your spinning immediately.
Right. But if I know when I was doing research, I wanted something that didn't necessarily have to come with a lot of ratios, but was expandable to a lot of ratios. So
Yeah,
that it
or
was a wheel I could grow
if
with.
you are the kind of person who's like, I only knit with bulky yarn,
Then you
gotta
definitely
look at
want...
a wheel that can make you that, because you're not
Yeah, there's a
gonna-
specific wheel out there that's designed to make like bulky and
It's
art
an
yarn. The
Ashford
country
country,
spin,
yeah.
the country spin,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Mine just has a jumbo flyer that actually changes the size of the orifice, which is where the proto yarn goes in through proto yarn. And I use it for plying more than anything because I don't tend to knit or spin bulky. But for plying, you definitely want those jumbo bobbins. But I'm really lucky in that Kromsky, all the accessories are fairly on the affordable end of the market.
Yeah.
I looked out because my wheel has a kit that the Woolery sells, so I got
Oh yeah, I
everything
remember that.
for $700. So I got my wheel,
Like literally
a
everything.
bag, the bulky, the jumbo head flyer, and what else did I get? I got all kinds of things. I got bobbins. I got
Maintenance kit.
maintenance kit.
I think so far for my wheel, I am
Lazy
up to
Kate.
like 8 or 9 bobbins. I bought the jumbo flyer separate, which I think came with 1 jumbo bobbin, and I bought a second jumbo bobbin, and I bought a separate Lazy Kate, although mine comes with 1 on board. A Lazy Kate being the fancy thing that holds your bobbins so that you can ply singles together to make like 2 or 3 ply and stuff. And my wheel has 1 on board. I liked the separate one better, so I bought that. Amber, what have you gotten for your wheel? Anything?
More bobbins.
Oh.
Yeah, because I honestly think like you have all of these options, but not every spinner is going to want all of these options. Like me, I like to keep things pretty simple. I'm also in a bit of a war with my wheel right now. So she hasn't really been too nice to me, so I'm not going to get her any new shiny things. But
Whereas I keep trying to go to the state fair and get all the ribbons known to man. Gimme, 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 gimme. I want ribbons. Mama needs more ribbons. I don't have enough.
you got a lot of ribbons.
I don't have enough.
You got a lot of ribbons.
I do have a lot of ribbons. So far, I'm going to knock on this table right here.
Gosh.
I have actually won a ribbon on every single skein of yarn I've entered in the state fair.
It's impressive.
Some of them have been honorable mentions, but all of them have come home with a ribbon for me. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
But as we were saying, you know, the versatility of the wheel is something to look at, especially if you don't know exactly what you're wanting out of a wheel. But it's not necessarily like
Right, because I wasn't sure. I honestly didn't know going in like how I would like it. I just wanted to make sure that the wheel that I chose would be able to grow with me, because I wasn't sure if or when I would be even thinking about getting a second wheel. Turns out that's happened, but it was just one of those things that I personally was like, okay, this wheel, which again picked me, I didn't pick it, but I'd also done a lot of research and knew that I had all these options available to me as I needed them. And did I need them originally? Oh, hell no. The wheel and I just had to play with each other and figure out how to become friends and all that other stuff. What's next on the list?
Types of spinning. So, there's different ways of drafting. So a lot of
Over the fold.
over the fold, and then there's the triangle drafting, and basically mine is let the wheel pull the yarn. Because I quite literally, I will sit there with my thing of roving and just spin from it, where some people have to pull it, fluff it, do whatever they need to do, like with Erin and her, oh my god, I'm so jealous of your lace weight that you did. And it's just like, it was borderline lace weight, light fingering to lace weight. It had to be.
I'm just trying to remember which one that was. I've
The
slept.
most recent one.
It was that most recent one. You
Oh,
just had on there.
yeah. No, I need to, actually, that's in the wheel, that's in the case right now. I need to apply it. I haven't applied it yet.
Oh.
Oh.
I know.
But
That's why I was like, that's why I couldn't remember it, because it's not finished in my brain yet.
But
Because I spun all of the fluff into 2 singles, and now I'm going to apply it together, and I'm hoping that it does still end up like lace weight to light fingering.
I'm sure it will, as thin as you got that. But like the way that she got it so thin was she first fluffed it out, got a lot of air in there, and then
So
that way
much
when she
fluff.
spun, what happened was only a few, like less fibers would go in as opposed to if you left it clumped up. So there's several different ways to, yes, Erin?
I was going to actually wait for you to finish your sentence.
Doesn't matter.
No, because remember when I got my wheel, we went back for Ellie, another friend of ours who decided that she wanted to go ahead and get her wheel that day as well. And we went back, and the vendor's friend actually had a few moments and was like, okay,
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to give you a spinning lesson.
I love this story.
So I had like a, 5-10 minute spinning lesson on here's what you do when you get this home. And that was pretty much my introduction to spinning.
Yep.
But she was like, and you can do this and this and this, and showing me with her hands, like over the fold and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and when you get really good, you could do this. And then just like fluffed this roving out into this little thin sliver,
It was basically nothing.
licked both her hands and clapped it on the roving, and then spun 2-ply lace weight and handed it to me because she let it fold back on itself, because she was like, this is how you can test. A good way to test what kind of yarn you're making is just like, stop it from feeding in, let it fold back on itself. And that's about what you're going to get. It'll fluff up a little once you wash it, but it's a good indicator. And she just broke off this piece of 2-ply, actual 2-ply lace weight, and was just like, here you go. Like she'd just done nothing. And I actually wrapped it around my orifice hook. I will show it to you
Still
when
have
we're
it.
done, because I still have it. I keep it wrapped around my orifice hook, which is
to aspire to.
yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
We all aspire to this.
So anytime I use my orifice hook, which is a thing you will need, usually comes with your wheel.
comes with it.
Yeah, usually comes with your wheel. So when you get one, you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's also fancy ones you buy on Etsy and stuff. But anyway, I keep it wrapped around that. So anytime I use it, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I'm not there yet. But she literally, it just cracked me up because she was just like, it's a little gross, but bleh, lick, lick, lick. This is what I could do with it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to start spitting on my hands all the time. If I can come up with like some fucking 2-ply lace weight, just poosh, here you go.
Yeah, I'll lick
I'm
my
going to need
hands.
more spit. Yeah.
Yeah, give me that water.
Mama needs hydration.
So, as Erin said, you spin the singles, and then you...
Depends on how the fiber you're working with is to how much you have to pre-fluff it.
I like pre-fluffing mine,
do
mainly
too.
because,
I'm too lazy.
well, part of it's because
Some of
all
my
those rip...
fiber has been compacted.
Some of my fiber has been compacted due to storage on my part. Some of it, I think, is storage on other people's parts. But also on those nifty ribbons that I get from the state fair, our spinning judge actually writes notes on the judge's sheet. And every single one of my fucking notes says drafting. Although I did ask professional spinners, and they're like, unless they're standing over you, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
So Kentucky Sheep and Wool, I told you earlier that they do a spinning contest and there's no fee to enter it or anything, and they give comments too. So I think that we should.
Oh, I'm
enter and see what
absolutely.
the
I'm going to
comments
start
are like.
applying that lace weight possible stuff.
Yeah.
Either tonight or tomorrow, so that I can enter that, because I can get that plied up in like a week. Well, not this week. It's motherfucking Derby.
Derby.
I'm gonna work,
Where all the locals hide.
and some of us work doubles because we're bartenders. Fuck my life. Anyway, all the extra money's going to Kentucky Sheep and Wool, so woohoo, come on, Derby. Bet on horses, pay me money.
Drink more beer.
Drink more beer, pay me more money so I can buy more fiber that I don't need in my life. Or possibly another wheel.
So after you spin the singles, what you do is then you can, depending on what you want your yarn to be, you can ply those together, either 2-ply or 3-ply.
I keep meaning to do a true 3-ply.
But I like my little Navajo plying.
It still frightens me.
It's really easy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
I know, I need to try it, but it still frightens me.
So basically,
I think I'm going to try it with a watermelon bat that I'm sort of working on.
You should do it with that gradient dyed. That's what I did, and it turned out awesome. And I didn't have to worry about like keeping the like gradient together at all.
so if you do all of your yarn up into
One
to the
single.
single, you basically fold that single back on itself. I don't
You
know
like
how-
loop it through
It's
itself. You like
magic.
basically hold a loop in one hand and then twist so a loop, like if you think about it as kind of like a triangle coming from the one, and then you got the loop at the end. So that's 2 strands, and then you have the other strand. So that's making a 3-ply, sort of.
Maybe I'll link a video.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
way better than vaguely gesturing and describing.
One random important note to keep in mind when you're learning to spin. Spin all of your singles in one direction, ply in the other.
That's important.
That is important.
So,
Clockwise, counterclockwise.
right. So I spin all of my singles towards my right and all of I ply to my left.
But
That
if
way
you're
I
doing
always know.
If you're doing a single ply, you just spin to the left.
If I was doing just a single, I'd still spin to my right.
Oh, because
I think
in our
you're
handy dandy book,
supposed
it
to.
says,
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's
Huh.
spin to the left.
I've never done a single. I don't
I don't
technically
do
like working with, right. I don't really like working with most single yarns.
Aside from Tosh Marine.
Right, no, the Tosh Merino, that's why I said most.
You should look at my exploration station, because those are hedgehog fiber singles, and I like them too.
Yeah, I just don't.
Maybe I will start spinning singles.
I know it's making me think that I would not mind that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It'd
just
save me the plying step.
I haven't wanted to as of today. Tomorrow's another day and brings many other things.
Like Navajo plying.
Like, no, not
Also known
tomorrow.
as chain plying.
Yes.
Oh, yes, chain plying. Yeah.
No, I think the lace weight I'm definitely going to do. The whatever I have now, whatever it will be, is going to be a 2-ply.
Yeah.
I think the watermelon bat, which I'm sort of working on, that I'm probably going to Navajo ply, because if I fuck that one up too much, it's not going to break my heart. I love it. It's pink and green, kind of like my hair is now, actually. I've gone full unicorn. It's fine. But
She looks like the unicorn frappuccino.
I do look like the unicorn frappuccino now, and it's just random happy stance, which is great because I didn't get to drink one of those fuckers, so now I just look like one. It sounded good. It was mango. Whatever, I wanted one.
I'm more concerned about the fact that it was a frappuccino, so it's just like basically frozen sugar.
It didn't have any coffee in it.
Oh well, then that's just a deal breaker. I gotta have the coffee.
It had no
I
caffeine.
actually tried to order one. I was actually quite ill there for a minute and had a sore throat and like a 100.4 degree temperature and desperately wanted a unicorn frappuccino. All of Louisville was sold out, and that was like day 3, I think, of 5. And they're just like, no. I'm like, fine. Fuck you guys. I'm going home. So now I look like a unicorn frappuccino, and it's just as good. And anyway, because I know Navajo plying can show off more variation in the singles. If you have thick and thin singles,
It keeps long color variations together better.
yes.
So if you have lots of different colors, it will keep them less muddy because you won't be putting 2 different colors together. It will keep like color sections together.
Yes. So it has its uses, but I also know that it can
And like I said, for gradients, it's super
right.
easy.
it can show off the variation of your singles more.
Yes,
So-
definitely.
With this stuff, I'm going to do a true 2-ply. With the watermelon, I'm not going to care about the variation. So I think that's going to be my first N-ply attempt.
I think you'll really enjoy it. Like it's definitely, it looks like black magic, but it's really not.
Pretty sure it's black
it's kind
magic.
of like relaxing to do it too, because you
Yeah,
do
once you
like
get
a
into
little
a
bit more
groove.
with your hands than you do with regular plying.
Yeah, regular plying, I just put something on the TV and just go. The
I would
fastest
like
I've
to
gone
try
from
a
fluff to
3-ply.
I want to do a true 3-ply. I actually bought some fluff a while ago. We'll just leave it at that. With the intention of turning it into 3-ply because it's almost like an odds and ends scrap bag, but it had like purple and red and gray, I think, in one
Yeah,
of
it was
them.
gray.
And then one of them had like gray and black and hot pink. And so I was going to keep all of the colors within the bag separate and then do each one as a single and then try a 3-ply.
Cool.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that I've not done yet. Even though I'm actually a fairly quick spinner. It's just a matter of actually getting time to sit down at the wheel.
I'm coming for you, though.
The fastest I've gone from fiber to full yarn, washed and thwacked and ready to go was about 3 days. It was because I was trying to get it done before Christmas because I gave my grandmother yarn for Christmas.
It's impressive.
Like, here, I made you this thing over the last 3 days and my hands can't move anymore, but I can do it.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, you could try and come for me all you want, but I'm going to shank you in the back alley.
I haven't done anything that fast because I haven't, like, sat down to do it that fast, but I could do something that fast if I did it.
I'm going to shank you in the back alley.
I am so slow at spinning. Yeah, the pink fluff that I have on my wheel right now, I've been spinning for how many years? 2?
Fun fact, a skein of that placed higher than me at the state fair, though, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was complete bullshit. Even I say so. That was bullcrap. That should not have placed higher than your skein. It's just like, yeah. Anyways.
So don't listen to her is basically my point on that.
Anyways, so as I'm sure you guys have been listening, you've heard us talk about rovings and bats. And these are the types of
Fluffinings.
forms that your fluff will come in. So roving is basically like a rope, and then a bat,
It often comes braided on
Yeah.
itself.
the roving, yeah,
And a bat's like a giant blanket.
it's like a cloud, a fluffy cloud. But like the big thing is all the fibers are facing the same direction. So when you're feeding it into your wheel or your spindle, the fibers will all lay on top of each other properly. Or if you have fibers sticking out every which way, it's going to look like a mess.
Not necessarily. Rolags are like all swirly preparations. I just haven't really fucked with those yet. It's the
Those
preparation.
things scare me.
It's the preparation that you get if you use like wool brushes. I bought combs when I went insane and started buying fleece. I bought combs because I prefer to work with roving, mainly because I haven't worked with a Rolag. But I mean, I hear they're fun.
Yeah. There's also, like, pencil roving.
Pencil roving is just sickly roving. It's
skinny.
just it's very skinny,
Very skinny.
very very skinny. Although I have had some, and it's beautiful because you don't even have to pre-draft a whole lot. You just go into the wheel.
I've seen
yarn.
people actually knit with pencil roving.
Yeah, I've seen people do that, too.
Yeah.
And there's that weird fucking trend on the stupid Epic blanket that's
Oh, I
basically
hate
just,
those. Oh, can we talk about how much we hate those for a second?
'Cause
it's
there's-
a horrible idea. It's just going to be a pile of pills and unmanageable fluff in, like, a day.
It's gonna be fucking terrible and stupidly fucking
Also,
expensive.
show me how you wash that shit.
You don't.
Exactly.
Funny story.
Or you wrap it around yourself and go into the shower and then collapse underneath the weight.
Funny story. My
God.
cousin, I love her to death. She knows nothing about the fiber arts. Posted that onto my Facebook.
That's
one day.
who, like, the people who don't know anything about fiber arts are
Yeah.
the ones who are
How
like, this
cool
blanket's
is
the
this?
greatest.
And she actually asked me to knit that for her. And I was like, sure. As I tell, with most of my family and friends, you buy the yarn, I will make you whatever the hell you want. And she's like, well, I don't know where to buy the yarn for this. I was like, okay, I'm going to do a quick search here. So I went on.
There's an
Did a
Etsy
quick
store
search.
that just, like, sells the roving for that.
I was trying to find the cheapest option possible. And I sent her the link, and I told her she would need this many ounces of that roving. And this is how much it would be. And she immediately said, and never mind. I was like,
Shocking because
"Yeah."
it's fucking expensive.
Yep. It was something like $200.
And that is absolutely cheap.
Yeah. It was dirt cheap. Like, I'm pretty sure that this was not actual wool, but they were just trying to pass it off as wool.
Yeah. There was a Kickstarter that it was like a jersey tube that was filled with stuffing, and they were selling it to make those, like, giant blankets with it, which that would be better because it would hold up.
Yeah.
I still give it the fucking side eye. No, fuck you. I have strong feelings about that blanket because it too got posted on my
Obviously.
Facebook. It was just like, you should make one of these. No, actually, you should fuck off.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except, I don't tell it to my cousin, but I just give
That's
her.
because you're a nicer human than I am.
I go with the sticker shock method. I find that works surprisingly well.
Joke would have been on you if she'd been like, oh, sure, $200 blanket, that's fine. Here you go.
And I would have been like, okay, I'll make it for you.
I mean, it
You're
would
knitting that
take,
shit with
like,
your
a
arms.
day. It's so big.
Yeah, like, I have no problem.
You'd lose your child in it.
Not my child, not right now. She's going into the terrible 2 stage at 14 months.
I'm just saying, you'd like look down and be like, where's my kid? And she'd be felted with like her own drool into the blanket.
Cat would be sticking out.
Cat, yeah, definitely the cat. Anyways, so there are several different ways that your fluffs come in. There are several different wheels that you can attempt. There's even, spindles that you can try. So all in all, try some things, find out what works for you.
If you absolutely don't have a store by you that has this stuff, look up some fiber festivals. There are so many fiber festivals, you guys. I went on a website, I forgot what it was called. Maybe I'll link to it in the show notes. And it was just like a list of all of the fiber festivals in the United States and Canada. There's a buttload. There's absolutely one that is at least, if a long drive, like a long drive from you, that you could go and try stuff.
But would totally be worth it if it's something that you really want to get into.
I mean, these things are a lot of money, so if it's something that you are wanting to get into, it's worth it to go try them out.
Any other words of wisdom for our maybe future spinners?
No, I'm going to just go ahead and reiterate. Absolutely try to go to a fiber festival. Just because they're awesome. Even if you don't want to go for a wheel, just go because.
Yeah. I'm going to try and be good and take like a couple little like dumb hyperlapse videos or whatever of Kentucky Sheep and Roll that we'll post.
I'm going to try and put a bunch of stuff up on Instagram and stuff while we're there as well. And then I'm hoping that we can go to that weird one we went to in the fall again. That was fun.
That was fun.
Even though it was just like the one tent of
It was
wool.
still fun.
It was still, yeah. No, it was like
We
driving
ate
through
that
banjo
Church
territory.
lady soup.
Yeah. Oh, that was the chicken and dumplings made by church ladies. Like right there. It was so good.
That was a long words of wisdom.
Yeah.
So many wisdoms.
So many wisdoms. But yeah, go to the festivals because they're fun. The end.
Make yarn. It's fun.
And I'm going to say, don't drink and drive.
As you finish your beer and we prepare to drive home.
Oh, I meant drive your wheel.
I've
I've had some bad experiences with that one.
I enjoy drinking and driving my wheel.
Do too.
There are quite a few Instagram posts of me holding a beer and my wheel at our normal knit night.
One beer is fine, but I got some major thick and thin after that second beer.
Your mileage may vary, I think is the point of this one. Test it out. Don't be too sad if you have a fucked up yarn. Much like knitting, though.
But like, honestly...
If I'm drinking, I need simple knitting.
That's the other thing. Your first yarn
Is going
is
to
gonna
be terrible.
crap,
Absolute shit.
but it's okay. You get better.
If you can find someone to help you in person, that is awesome. So fun fact, if you're trying to learn how to spin, we all coincidentally did not talk to each other about this, did not plan this. We all own the same Learn to Spin book, just by random happenstance. It's called Start Spinning, Everything You Need to Know to Make Great Yarn, and it's by Maggie Casey. And it is on Amazon for, I think, somewhere in the $15 to $20 range, and we all highly recommend it. It's in all of our libraries.
Yes, when I was doing my research, I was basically told this is a thing that you need. And sure enough, it was a thing that I needed.
Yeah,
Good book.
I started just reading the book and like got some like sort of yarn going, and then I had knit night the next night. So Erin was like, "Do this," and then I was like, "Hey, this works much better now."
Spins.
Don't watch Ashford videos on YouTube to learn how to spin, because I did that, and it's literally just that dude. What's his name? Ashford guy who makes the Ashford wheels. It's just a YouTube video of him being like, "This is how you spin." He just holds the fluff in front of the wheel and it like magically turns into yarn. You're like, dude, that's not helpful. That's not what I need right now.
Kind of want to watch the magic.
I think what she's saying is once you get your wheel, come on a road trip to Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Amber got her wheel too. Something about your husband.
I'm going to post a video to that, a link to that Ashford video.
It was like,
It's
wait until you see
ridiculous. He's
Erin
like,
or something.
This is how you get it started.
Oh.
Blah. there goes.
Yeah, so after I got my wheel, I tend to get very angry when things don't exactly go my way. I have some anger issues. But so I was getting really super frustrated. I was starting to yell at my wheel, and my husband informed me that I should just wait until tomorrow so I could talk to Erin. 'Cause
A
she
similar
might be
thing
able to
happened
help
to me.
So once you buy your wheel, please feel free to come
You
visit
need to
us.
talk to Erin.
Apparently need to come talk to me, and I will help you in your way. I just cussed on mine on my own, and actually my first game was shit, but after that I was making yarn. It was fun.
Yeah, it took me a couple tries.
Calypso and I get along great. I think
I think that's all the things.
I think that's the spinning knowledge you're going to glean from us
Next
today.
episode,
Our next episode is going to be all about the Fiber Festival.
we will tell you about things we saw there, people we talked to,
Stash
but
enhancement.
mostly things we bought.
Stash enhancement.
Mostly things we bought.
And more
yes.
stash enhancement.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it will be a lot of fun. We will try to take as many pictures as possible. And please, in the forums, tell us about your spinning stories. We will love to hear them. And if you have any further questions, maybe something we didn't cover, please ask us. We are more than willing to try our best to answer your questions.
Yes, because if I don't know the answer, I will do research and get back to you.
Yes.
Yep.
Or somebody else might know the answer.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yes, and like knitting, Ravelry is a great resource if you are learning how to spin. There's lots of good info
There's
on
a lot
there.
of good
Do you guys
groups.
update your Ravelries with your yarn that you make?
Yes.
Yes, so you can check out our yeah, you never update your Ravelry. So you can check out our hand spun sections to see some yarn that we have made.
It's very nice. It's very pretty. Erin, you should update your Ravelry.
You won't see shit on mine.
Update your Ravelry.
I'm trying to get better about it. I put my worm hat on there. My Mad Tosh is up to date on there.
Is that on there?
I think it's actually listed in my projects, and there's pictures. I'm trying to
Gasp.
get better
Yay.
Yeah.
because I'm an important podcasty person now.
The people need to know.
So people might actually want to, look at my shit and go, huh, that's crap.
She knits.
But no, actually, I'm trying to be better about updating
Good.
my Ravelry like a good human.
Like a good Ravel.
Yep, nope, see, it's raining sharks.
What's that? Is that bacon?
That's bacon.
Why is there bacon?
Because I activated this code that puts bacon on the bottom of all of your Ravelry pages because there's hidden codes on Ravelry, and one of which involves bacon.
What?
Bacon?
Fun fact, there are hidden codes in Ravelry, and I turned the bacon on. And now I
Well-
can't remember how to turn the bacon off, but whatever, it's just a piece of bacon at the bottom of every page on Ravelry.
Well, I guess we're ending the night with bacon on your Ravelry pages.
Bacon on your Ravelry pages.
Like every single Ravelry page, it's just the same piece of bacon. It's great.
Okay.
Because bacon.
Interesting.
Well, until next time.
Fuck
Fuck
it.
it.
Fuck it.
Fuck this knit.